I don't know about this cut video. I don't know about this cut video, but I'm gonna see. Will these couples stay together?
Therapy, I would get most of my advice from friends and family. After therapy, child, I'm taking my problems to a professional. Your mama don't know what she's talking about.
Okay.
My name is Ashley, and I'm here with my girlfriend Jensen.
I'm Kara Carroll, and I'm here to talk about therapy.
I brought my husband with me.
Came here with my partner, Robin.
My name's Robin, and I'm here because my girlfriend made me come here.
How long y'all been together?
Oh, we've been together for over 10 years, really.
Oh, they locked in.
Today's actually our anniversary.
Does he know that?
He better know that.
She brought it up a few times.
Any big plans?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Are you all in therapy?
When it comes to therapy, we up in that shit.
Seeing where there was a little bit of a difficulty with us communicating our needs, we decided to go to therapy.
It was really a sustainability thing. We saw some cracks in our relationship.
We did
Okay, I
premarital
respect that.
counseling together.
I respect that.
Because our sort of like styles of disagreement is very kind of non-confrontational.
We actually started going to couples therapy before we started dating.
We were confused about what our relationship was because we had been really close friends.
We both went to the same conservative Christian college, both raised religious as well. We needed help coming out and figuring out if we were even gay.
We're not in therapy. I know that he's not a big fan of it. He has this fear that if you go to therapy, it's because there's something really wrong with you.
I'm the one that's on the side of like not really wanting to go. I think I would initially be a little ashamed, a little embarrassed that I have to ask for help with my relationship where I feel like I should be able to tackle that on my own.
What do you think is your biggest disagreement as a couple?
For what? I never understood that. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But whenever I needed help with something, I've always asked. Like in school, I didn't understand something. I asked the teacher. You know what I'm saying? If, one of my friends said something that I didn't know, I'd be like, what did you mean by that? Like, it's okay to ask for help, to get clarification on stuff by a professional or someone that is, the originator of whatever's going on. I never understood that, but
I think we fight the most about like individuality.
Division of labor. I do more of the household stuff.
What if I told you that you all did not agree?
No. Really?
What doesn't she do that just pisses you off?
Dirty dishes.
Something about you never doing the dishes.
No, that's not true.
It's tough to say. I feel like we've got like the normal stuff, like who's gonna do the dishes.
We fight a lot, I would say,
just put them in the dishwasher. There we go. Problem solved for both of them.
about my insecurities and his lying.
What's your partner's biggest issue?
Ooh, a liar's
Being
tough.
flexible is something that she could work on.
His guilty conscience. I'm like, what are you even feeling guilty for? First of all, you didn't do anything. Secondly, that other person is not thinking about you.
My biggest issue
That's a good point, though. I had to deal with that, too. This is a transparent moment. I had to deal with stuff like that, too. I had to think about, I was thinking about, oh, what is this person going to think of that? Blah, blah, blah. Like, all this, all this stuff. Whenever I would do something. And then I'm like, nobody cares. like dead ass. So, nobody cares what I'm, you know what I'm saying? And I really got over that literally that quick. A lot of times with me getting over stuff, it's just like that. A lot of times it is because it's like, if I don't see a way to just, I guess, wean myself off of that behavior or anything like that, then why keep doing it? Or why ease my way out of it? If I'm thinking oh, maybe people aren't gonna like, what shoes I have on with this outfit or something. I don't know. I was thinking crazy shit like that. And it's I'm just going to the store. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? No one is looking at me like that. No one. People are so wrapped up in their own life that they just, you know what I'm saying? They don't care.
is self-confidence.
What's his biggest issue?
Filling in the blanks for other people. I'm not going to get this really great job, so I'm not going to apply for it. This person isn't going to want to hang out with me, so I'm not going to ask them.
Before therapy, what was your take on
I get that.
your relationship?
We were really reliant on each other, and that did weigh heavily on the both of us because we just didn't have all the answers.
I wasn't much of a talker, so I was like, how am I supposed to learn stuff about myself if I'm not talking?
I definitely relate to him. I definitely relate to that guy.
Before therapy, I would get most of my advice from friends and family. After therapy, child, I'm taking my problems to a professional. Like, your mama don't know what she's talking about. Your friends are only telling you advice based off of their own experiences.
Yeah.
One of
Then I was just saying that. That's exactly how I learned. Like, I'm not going to look for somebody and look for advice from someone if they don't understand the like, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Is that simple. And if I'm having problems in my relationship, I'm not going to ask somebody else that hasn't been in the relationship. They don't know like everything like that. But, a therapist, obviously they would know, what to say and how to combat things and things like that. I'm not going to ask just some random person or like a best friend or something that may be a little biased, obviously, towards me. Like if she's making me feel some type of way, like, oh, just leave her, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like it's it's not that easy. It's not that easy.
committed to therapy?
No, I think we were both really into it.
I think I am more committed.
Tara, for sure.
Probably me, because I've been to it a lot.
Who's more committed to going to therapy?
Selena.
Like, I'm a therapy girly at this point. I've been to bereavement therapy before, so I know that therapy can help you through a tough time.
What's going to make you decide to go?
I don't want to make him feel like he's forced to go to therapy.
I guess I've talked to a bunch of guys that I trust who are for it, and just your job as a man is to be better than the man that raised you. I owe it to myself to be a little bit better, step out of my comfort zone, do
I respect
things
that.
I don't
I respect
necessarily
that.
agree with if I think they're going to improve me as like a person, I guess.
Exactly.
Gotten to the point where he's
I
giving
respect
me
that.
his insurance so I can look into people.
Is there anything you just hate about therapy?
Yes. I hate that we can't be friends with our therapist.
When I have to say something that I have not wanted to talk about, but I know I have to in order to move forward.
What do you think your partner
What? Wait, what? Huh?
dislikes about it?
Therapist.
When I have to say something that I have not wanted to talk about, but I know I have to in order to move forward.
That's just a part of life. You gotta have uncomfortable conversations. See, this is the disconnect that I have with a lot of people. A lot of people just weren't raised the same. That's like life. You know what I'm saying? That's not even like a therapy thing. That's life.
What do you think your partner dislikes about therapy?
Talking about himself.
I hate talking.
Fun fact. High school, college, I hated talking. I really did. I hated it. Hated it with a passion. Hated it so much that I went out of my way to not even do it a bunch of times. But now, complete 180. Complete 180.
I've realized that there's a lot of reflection and that it's okay to be silent.
What did you learn in couples therapy?
No, that's actually a good point. That's actually a good point. I used to hate talking because I hated the fact that putting my my 2 cents in play in things like that, and I just found it weird to insert myself in certain situations. But now I don't really care. Therapy is cool. If therapists, I agree. Yeah, no, that's you made a very good point. That I agree with that. When the therapist takes sides of someone, like a male therapist will take my side or something in like a relationship or something like that, or the therapist would seem to be with the woman. I've seen that a bunch of times, and I definitely agree with that point that if they don't take the sides, you can learn a lot. You can make strides into being in a better relationship or grieving different, whatever reason you're going to therapy. But I agree with that for sure. That's I guess I was a little hesitant of why I never started to do it, but I realized that that's not everybody. I used to have a big problem with not necessarily painting a generalized picture or generalized brush painting, a generalized brush over everybody, but it's like you see it happen so much and so much and so much that it's like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I do believe good professional counseling. Yeah, me too. I do believe that good professional counseling is definitely beneficial. 100%.
How to fight against a problem rather than seeing your partner as the problem.
I learned that you can have hard conversations in a way that is constructive and actually leads you to a resolution.
My biggest takeaway is that the problem is our conflict cycles and our patterns. To have that perspective that we can work on those as a team, I think has been really motivating.
What's your roadblock into getting into therapy?
I gotta find the place, I gotta start going consistently, and then on top of all of it, I gotta hope that I got somebody that actually makes sense to both of us.
It's kind of like dating. You go through until you find the right fit for yourself.
There is no other roadblock than the cost of therapy. And
That too.
Literally
That
took
too.
me about 3-4 years to find a therapist that I could afford or a way to pay for therapy.
That's the thing too. Other than like finding a good professional counselor that can help you, the cost of having a one is insane. Like, you're gonna go through a lot of trial and error with like finding a good professional counselor, one that isn't biased, one that is, you know, good enough for your budget, and you know it's a lot of factors. It's a lot of factors.
One of the therapists that I saw was $250 per session. My goodness, that is a lot.
Have you heard of BetterHelp?
No.
They're our sponsor today, and we're excited because their whole mission is about making therapy more affordable and more accessible to couples and individuals like you.
Nice. Okay.
BetterHelp makes finding a therapist easier because it's
Yeah.
online, it's remote, and you can just fill out a few questions and they can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days.
I love that.
Right? If you and your therapist aren't a good match, you can switch easily to a new one at no additional cost.
And
Okay.
that's huge because it's okay to like get to a therapist and then change your mind.
You can go to betterhelp.com/cut and get 10% off your first month.
Shout out to Cut for the 10%. But yeah, just like you said, the health insurance will pay it sometimes for sure. I definitely get that. I like that aspect too. But yeah, it's just I would say the cost is definitely a factor, but it's not like the biggest factor. I think the biggest factor is obviously finding one that, you know, finding one that is going to benefit you and be and be unbiased. That's the biggest part for me. And what they said, you know, finding one at no additional cost, it's a good one. No, this is not a sponsored stream. Thanks for watching. Drop a like below, and if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe already. If you do, I'd really appreciate it.